Hey fam, it's Grace, and we're going to talk about the steps that I took recently to completely reset my mind, my body, and literally my soul, and just quiet food noise all around because I'm someone who has dealt with restrictive eating, binge eating. Food has ruled my life for a long part of my life, and it just is so empowering to kind of get that control back over food because who the fuck are we letting food be in control of what we do and think and say and how we view ourselves and how we view our worth? Like, hell no, dude. So these are some things that I did in just 2 weeks that completely reset my life and my outlook on myself and life and everything. Everything. We have cycles in life, right? We hit highs, we hit lows, and I was at a point where I really was in need of a reset. And in the past, I wouldn't even recognize that there's something I could do about it. I would just kind of sit in that darkness and that low point. But it's like, no, there are things that we can do for ourselves to get ourselves feeling better. And I got to that point, I got to that low, and I was like, all right, something's got to give, okay? So I had the idea of doing a detox. And with the help of TikTok, with the help of my past roommate, with the help of ChatGPT, I formulated a detox that I felt would work best for me. And all the things that I say in here are what I felt worked for me and my body, and it's malleable. There's things that you can add, there's things you can subtract. It's so unique to each person. So I just want to say that now, and I'll probably say that throughout as well. So let's get into what I actually did for 2 weeks. And let me be honest here, I still have a couple days left, but I'm literally feeling so good that I'm like, I need to talk about this now. It's almost over, but it feels like I'm not even doing it anymore. Like, it's become a normal way of life right now, and that is wild in itself. So hey, living proof right here that you feel good. So for 2 weeks, I cut out caffeine, which, starting off strong, that was probably the one I was highly curious about, okay? Cutting out caffeine for 2 weeks. I cut out alcohol. I cut out smoking. I cut out dairy. I cut out sugar. Other than sugar from certain fruits, such as berries and papaya and coconut and pomegranates and green apples, those were the fruits that I would eat. I ended up eating a lot of fruit, but ideally it's like you're supposed to limit it to like 2 servings a day of fruit, ideally in the mornings. So if you're really going to go strict and go hard, I would just limit your fruit altogether and stick to eating it in the mornings and stick to eating it by itself, because fruit digests so quickly and other things don't. So if you let the fruit sit in you when the other food hasn't been digested yet, like, I don't know, it'll like mold in you or something, like, I don't know. But I have noticed that eating fruit with other foods does cause me bloating, and so if you're gonna go really strict about it, eat your fruit in the morning by itself. But fruit was really helpful for me with having certain cravings. Like, I would just have like a handful of blueberries, and then that satiated me in the moment. But let's keep going. So what I added, and the things that I did eat, my diet really only consisted of organic, pasture-raised meats and eggs. I don't eat red meat, so that was, I guess you could say, I cut that out too, but I just don't eat red meat. So I was just eating a lot of hard-boiled eggs, ground chicken, ground turkey, again, all pasture-raised, organic. It has higher vibes, okay? It has higher vibes than the animals that are killed when they're being tortured. Like, let's just be real. They die with that fear, and then you eat that fear. Little delulu, but like, it makes sense. I ate a lot of nuts and seeds. Pumpkin seeds are anti-parasitic, so that's a slay. Lots of veggies cooked in lots of olive oil, because olive oil, higher calorie, because you don't want to be hungry during this. That's not the point at all, bro. You want to be full and satiated and filled. So lots of olive oil, lots of avocado, lots of almond butter. Holy shit, dude. I was eating almond butter I mixed together cinnamon and some sea salt. You don't want too much salt, obviously, any time, but a little bit of sea salt with cinnamon and green apple and almond butter. Mouth-watering right now, and I literally just had it. It's so good. What else did I eat? Oh, a lot of chia pudding in the morning. So yeah, you want to get in that fiber. Eat a lot of fiber to kind of flush your digestive system, help flush everything out. So chia seeds, flax seeds, and those fruits as well will help with that. And I also recommend cooking things in bulk-esque. So I would make like a soup and I would have that in my fridge, easy access, lots of vegetables with chicken broth because there's protein in that. Again, look at the ingredients though. Make sure that you're eating clean ingredients, no additives, preservatives, whatever, just straight up what the item is that you want to put in your body. Make a bulk salad. So I made a beet salad one time, cut up some beets, some strawberries and kale and cabbage, olive oil, lemon. Do what tastes good to you, you know? Lemons and limes, delicious. I made a lot of guacamole. So I would put in like garlic, onions, avocado, obviously, some salt, chili flakes, whatever seasonings you want, onion, I don't know if I said that, and then you dip carrots in it or celery in it. That was pretty good and fulfilling, because remember, the goal is to be fulfilled, not to restrict. We're trying to be full on good stuff, because this is a cleanse, this is a detox, this is not a let me hurt myself, the fuck. And a lot of probiotics as well. So with like that ground turkey and cooked veggies, I would add like kimchi or sauerkraut into that mixture and just eat like a health bowl of it. Also, you want to make sure you're drinking damn near a gallon of water a day. I think I was drinking like 100 grams or ounces, 100 ounces a day, which like that was solid for me and my goals. I wasn't going to like try to drown myself with that extra 28 ounces. Big prep of everything. So we talked about the bulk soups and salads, but a big prep of even cutting up and washing fruit so that it's easy to access and you're not like pissed when you have to go make it, and it's not as easy to cheat on what is going on, you know? You have things ready for you. So I would cut up like a big papaya and then save the seeds though. Save the seeds, because every day you could eat a tablespoon or a teaspoon to a tablespoon of papaya seeds every single day. That's anti-parasitic, and they don't taste good at all, let me tell you that, but just the routine of it makes you feel good, like you're doing something good for yourself, and it's anti-parasitic. So if anything, do it because it makes you feel good. It's like you're getting that dopamine from accomplishing a task that's good for you nonetheless, so do it. Another thing that I would do is make sure throughout my day that I got 2 cloves of garlic. And usually I would get that in the food that I was eating, like if I was making the guacamole, like I said. But if not, I would just eat a clove plain, and like it's kind of spicy, kind of does something to you, like the papaya seeds. The garlic was easier to eat than papaya seeds, but again, you're being very intentional about the things you're putting in your body rather than like just a quick grab and eat and then you're back to being bored and mindless again. Papaya seeds because it's anti-parasitic. Garlic because it literally clears you out and good for your immunity and so many things. I think it like lowers your cholesterol too. Like it's just so good for you. So you're being very much more intentional when you're filling your mind and your body with good inputs rather than quick, easy inputs. You know what I mean? And I think the last thing that I would do every day is make sure that I was having the combination of lemon, turmeric, and black pepper. So this typically, it's just so easy to do in the morning. You just get a cup of water, squeeze some lemon in it, pour some turmeric in it, and some black pepper, because the black pepper activates the turmeric and helps you absorb it better. So easy to just do that in the morning. And then if not though, so a lot of the times, like in my soup, you put turmeric and black pepper in it and lemon in it. So it's like it's not like you need to do these things, but it helps to create that structure for yourself. But a lot of the times you just get that in your food too. So those are just, 3 other things that I was making sure that I got every day. This is the last thing that I was doing to support this cleanse, was taking a supplement and a binder. So the supplement that I was taking is called Herb Era from Amazon. It's a combination of herbs that kill any intruders in your gut. Okay? And then the binder is something that absorbs and captures all those toxins that those intruders release. Kind of like accumulates it all in your gut so you can shit it out. And so that those toxins aren't just lingering in your body. And so with this whole diet and getting rid of everything in your gut that's not meant to be there, your diet is what fuels what's in your gut. So you want to be filling it with the probiotics and filling it with the things that won't feed the intruders, which is basically sugar and carbs. For me, that's sugar really. But I don't know what it is about carbs. I love them and I'll eat them always, but like they don't make me, I don't feel as good when I eat them. Okay. And that's just an observation about me and my body. With this whole cleanse and detox, discipline is the key here. It's 2 weeks of your life. Okay. If you live till you're 85 years old, that's 4,600 weeks total. You can take 2 weeks to do something good for yourself. And if you're like, oh, I can't, then you must be lacking on self-love. And this is a great way to get your self-love up. Do this act for yourself. Change it to just 1 week. Change it to 2 days of eating like this. If it's really that big of a challenge, that's totally fine. Like that's so fine. Do what works for you, but show yourself that you can make a sacrifice for a portion of your life. So let's talk about what this 2-week process looked like for me. Day 1, I was feeling really good, surprisingly. Like the no caffeine was just fine. The food that I was eating, I could see such greater value in it. Like I remember eating papaya with lime juice on it. And I was just like so grateful for the food and like viewing food in such a way that I hadn't before. And that was like weird to experience for the very first day, but hey, I loved it. And then with the no caffeine in the first few days, I remember going to the gym, and yes, I was much more tired at the gym, and I definitely didn't get a good workout for the first couple days, but I remember my emotional regulation and my mind being so clear that any like more negative or anxious thoughts that came up, like I was so much more able to navigate them and just get past them so quickly. So like day 2 to day 4, I was definitely having some sugar cravings and carb cravings and like kind of like boo-hooing a little bit. Like I was a little bit more down bad, if you will. And there were a couple days within that I just didn't go to the gym at all. I was having major headaches at nighttime, and that obviously wasn't fun. Like they were sharp as fuck. And I don't usually have headaches, so that was like really weird. But I knew that it was my body like detoxing things, and I don't know if it was partially because of the caffeine too, but it was at nighttime, so it was just my body detoxing things is how I see it. Day 5 to 7 though, I was having way less cravings, and I do remember one day though specifically I woke up and I was just like had very heightened emotions, and I remember I just bawled my eyes out, but then like the next hour I was completely fine and happy. So I think this is it's a mental detox too. Like you're working through things emotionally and mentally, and that was really interesting for me. So one of the days I was just like, whoa, I was really seeing like heightened emotions and intense emotions, and but again it went back to like I was able to regulate it, and then I was fine. Day 8 and on, I genuinely stopped really thinking about what was going on. I had fallen into the routine already, been keeping up with my goals of, like papaya seeds, the garlic cloves, whatever. So the cravings were like minimal to like non-existent. It kind of felt like this was just my new lifestyle. Of course, like the thoughts came in of like, oh yeah, like I knew obviously what I was doing, but it wasn't anything like I imagined. It felt like I was just living like this. And that was really cool. I was back in the gym, having great normal workouts, not even thinking about caffeine. Literally not even thinking about caffeine. So the later part of this, so days 10 to 14, I still have like days 12, 13, 14 to go, but I'm assuming that it's all going to feel this good at the end because it just feels normal at this point. But what I've noticed is now I feel so much more in control of my life to the point where I don't even want to go back to allowing I don't even want to stop doing this anymore. Cuz what I'm doing right now feels so good and it feels sustainable. So who knows what it'll look like when I'm done, but I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really confident. What I noticed today is, you know how in your lower belly you'll have like bloating? Well, that has been diminished for me. And I know that a big part of it is just eating cleaner, but also a big part of it is like I've detoxed so many of the gross, icky toxins that have been in my stomach causing that bloating. So, like, I woke up this morning, my stomach was flatter than I've seen it in a long ass time, and that's obviously really cool to see. That's obviously really fun. But genuinely, like, even the way that my mind is working, it's like this detox is literally a catalyst for seeing a better version of yourself and taking the action to be that better version of yourself. Like, as I'm going to bed, like I've always talked about, I want to be able to sleep on my back for like, wrinkles and stuff. And I've done it every here and there, but like I've been sleeping on my back like every single night. Every single night. Like this detox has genuinely helped me tap into that best version of myself, which is really cool. So where do we go from here? Once this is all said and done, where do we go from here? First things first, let me tell you, I'm planning to celebrate. I'm planning to celebrate this. I don't know if I'm gonna go get some froyo. I don't know if I'm gonna go get a big fat burrito. I don't know if I'm gonna go get whatever. I don't know if I'm just gonna like make healthy muffins here. Like, I don't know how I want to celebrate, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna celebrate however I feel in the moment. Also, keeping in mind that throughout this whole process, and as you move forward with this, after this process, patience with yourself is so necessary because there's going to be times where you're really, really tired, you're feeling really, really weak-minded, and you kind of have a setback or, whatever you want to call it, where you don't perform the way that you wanted, the way that you expected yourself to. You're like, oh, I came all this way. Why the fuck did I do that? Don't set those expectations on yourselves. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Because when you're putting that pressure on yourself, you're allowing yourself to be able to crack. When you're setting expectations for yourself, you're allowing yourself to feel like a failure. So there's no expectations. Literally, we're just building a foundation for ourselves. This detox builds a foundation for you to stand on, stand strong in. If you fall off of it or jump off of it, the foundation is still there and you can still crawl back up and climb back up on it and stand on it again. Like, it's a foundation that you have built for yourself after this. So anything that happens after the fact, it doesn't negate the fact that that foundation is there for you. So think about your why, though. As you move forward, think about your why. Why did you do this in the first place? What was your purpose of doing this detox? What was your intention of doing it? And if it's just for your looks and your appearance, that's probably not sustainable enough. At least for me, it wasn't. It has to be, for me, it was for my long-term goals, my dreams, my wanting to make a certain amount of money, to be able to give back, to be able to provide for myself and the people that I love, to honestly just live the life that I want for myself. What exists below that foundation that you were trying to not be a part of anymore? Because I know for me, when I'm not on this foundation, or, you know, I'm somewhere deep down in the deep waters, I'm not productive. I don't feel like I can be as good of a friend to people. I don't feel like I can be as good of a listener because I'm so caught up in my own insecurities and my own emotions. No one wants that. I want to do this for my own goals, my own dream life. I want to create my dream life, and this foundation is helping me to do that, to see clearly, see what I want to do, see what I don't want to do. Think about your why. Your why is going to be unique to you. What is your why? Why do you want to be a better person? Why do you want to do better? Is it for you? Is it for someone else? Is it for a goal that you have? Is it simply to avoid something that you've been, somewhere that you've mentally gone in the past? What is true to you? So get very clear on your why behind all of this. So why else won't we go back to the same life as before this detox? Because I have knowledge now. I have knowledge on the things that caused my behavior in the past. I know that boredom leads to a lot of food noise. I know that lacking serotonin leads to food noise. So making sure that being self-aware when you're noticing yourself craving things or going for certain foods or whatever, or certain habits even, knowing that you're probably bored or you're lacking serotonin, where you could get that from going out in the sun, exercising, seeing some friends, eating a lot of the foods in the list that I said, including salmon, realizing I didn't talk about salmon. Wild caught salmon. Fish has to be wild caught, just like the meat has to be pasture raised. They have serotonin in them. So, yeah, eat those foods instead. And also having no plan. I know that when I have no plan, shit doesn't get done. Because let me tell you, if you stick with the no plan, if you don't change anything and you're down bad, guess what? Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. So if you want to see change happen, you have to change. So make a new plan and stick to it. Why else won't I go back? Because the way that I feel now is so much better than the way that I felt before. I feel so much more motivated to accomplish my dreams. I feel so much more clear-minded to navigate my emotions. And I feel like such a kinder member of society. And I feel so much more confident. Like I'm walking with my head high now, okay? I'm not hiding anymore. I don't know why I was so expressive right there, but I love it. I love it. I'm expressive now. I've always been like, whatever. What I will say though is you can balance it out. Whereas I completely stopped caffeine, once this cleanse is over, I will continue drinking caffeine, but I'll probably mix my coffee with half calf. I might even try matcha. And if I'm not going to the gym in the mornings, I probably won't have coffee at all. That's ideal situation. Sure, there will be some mornings where I probably do anyways. That's fine. Whatever. It's having patience with yourself. It's having compassion, and it's understanding that literally we're humans, dude. It's tough out here. We got to do what we can. Do what's in your control. And this is in your control. If there's one thing that we all could use a little more of in this life, it's stability and setting a detox plan for yourself that you actually stick to and makes you feel good, and having that foundation to go back to when things feel a little wacky is such a great way to feel stable in such an unstable world. So try it. Try it for even just a week or even just a few days. Try it and see what it changes for you in your life. And I would love to hear if anyone actually does it. So thank you so much for watching if you did. And yeah, I'm wishing you the best of luck with this detox, and let me know if you have any questions at all about it. Because I know it did so many things for me, so I hope it does so many things for you. Mwah. Bye.